Our history is like two iconic breaking ground, making history in separate ways.
Let's proceed with what I feel is the most interesting part of the program.
All the interesting things going on in the news.
It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
There are some interesting details relating to all this. Now listen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. If you can't be at least mildly interesting, then shut the hell up.
Let's see if they've got any interesting guests coming up.
I don't want to be rude here, but my stories are interesting.
As we proceed, what's
to
poppin',
give you
everybody?
what you need.
What's poppin', everybody? It's the Loud Mouth Zannie Kis. That's my brother right there.
Kiss Allen in the building, the Kiss Allen experience.
Welcome to TIPI. The interesting part is, right? And we talk about the most interesting part, about the most interesting people, about the most interesting situations, man. And listen, Kiss, it popped off today. It popped off today, and your boy Diddy is in trouble. Have you been following some of this, man?
Man, you know what? I read some of it, right? Once again, it's this overexposed world we in. I feel like they got all they need to make this thing go away and make him go away, but they gonna slow drag it.
Right. Because you gotta break down the reputation. You gotta tear it all down.
It's unfortunate, man. The same huge situation that builds you up is gonna be the same huge situation that break you down.
You know, they taking the billionaires, them black billionaires, man. They're endangered species right now. I was looking at this, and just for everybody to get everybody caught up, there's this kid. His name is Rodney Jones. They call him Lil Rod or something like that, Lil Rod. And he was working with Diddy on this last album. It's called the Love Album. Have you heard any of that, man? Because it's a really good record. I've been listening to it on repeat. He's got everybody on the album. But anyway, I'm getting off the subject. Lil Rod came out, 73-page accusation, a claim. You know, he's suing for sexual assault. He said Diddy sexually assaulted him on several occasions, made it so he was available for sexual favors to Diddy's friends when they would come and visit the mansion. And he started alluding and mentioning certain names in these documents. Now, the actual names, Kiss, was redacted, okay? But they gave descriptions of the people who
What
he
kind of
wanted to
descriptions did they give?
Okay, so for instance, they said it was Diddy had relations with a rapper from Philadelphia who used to date Nicki Minaj. Who is that? Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? I'm just saying. They gave descriptions like an R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl. Who is that?
See?
Yeah, man.
You know what? Wow.
Yeah, man. Man.
Here's what I tell you, man. The protection is gone. Something doesn't happen where if it's getting to this point, the protection is gone.
I feel that.
Whoever it was that was making sure that things that were happening was going sight unseen.
Yeah, it was kept on the low.
Yeah. Anytime you start getting reports like that, then and it's getting to us, to the masses.
Yeah.
Then in my opinion, the protection is gone, man.
I mean, you figure something that's been happening for a long time. A couple of things for me, you know, I don't really care, and I don't really want to hear this. You know what I mean? I don't want. You know what I mean? I don't want to know all this. And people want to know. People are thirsty for all this, but I just don't want to know all of this, man. I don't know.
It goes with, if I could really quickly, it goes with what we talked about in the first fucking episode, right? It's this overexposure to content. And And what I will tell you, it is going to get worse before it gets better because we are running out of shout out Bud Light. Sponsor, not sponsor. Send us a couple of cases, man.
Send us some cases.
We are going to create it when it's not there. We're going to create it. We're going to tell on each other. We're going to run our mouths. We're going to do madness. We're going to do craziness because there's this need for exposure and to be seen and to be known.
And to be seen and to be recognized and to get them clicks and them likes. And I mean, there's a monetary value, but some of this stuff is just getting, it's just outlandish, man. It's just that's the word I'm gonna use. It's just outlandish. And I don't want to know about it. I don't want to think about Diddy as the Willy Wonka, kind of crazy parties and
take that.
I don't know, man. But whatever it is, it is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I do know you want to hear is that follow up on my man Cam.
Absolutely. It's the TIPI. The most interesting part is now we talked about Cam. Everybody by now, right, has seen the video, right, of him and these guys bum rushing him, and they came at him at his own 7-on-7 football camp. I've heard a couple new developments. Tell me what you heard.
Man, Cam, it's an annual program that he throws where it's a bunch of teams in this 7-on-7 camp. A lot of guys that he grew up with, a lot of guys that he's competed against for quite some time. It got heated, right?
Yeah.
First of all, we're talking about Cam Newton, national champion, Auburn, undefeated record, if I'm not mistaken, some miracle type games, first round draft pick, number 1 pick, MVP of the league.
Yeah.
Played in the Super Bowl.
Played in the Super Bowl. This that guy.
In our history as we grew up, that is an icon. That is someone that you hold in a space that's like, yes.
Number 1, baby.
You like,
number
damn.
1.
But once again, I'll say it again, with all this exposure and his accessibility at those camps, it makes him a target.
Yeah.
Now, I know you and I talked, and he got
it's Cam. We know him from his persona. We know him, especially more recently, like you said, at All That's Access, from his podcast. He tends to get a little lippy. And what the other thing I heard about these 7-on-7 camps is that it's kind of like the whole atmosphere. It's not like a Michael Jordan basketball camp. It's more like Rucker Park, right? It's like the Rucker Park of football. So it's a lot of people out there. They all disrespected each other. They all trying to clown each other. It's not just we teaching the skills and the basics and we running drills and it's more like a show, a game. So it's a lot of disrespect flying around. It's a lot of disrespect flying around from the players, from the coaches. And what happened was those guys that jumped Cam, those wasn't players. Those was coaches of the other teams. Those was coaches. So these is grown men that attacked him. And what I'm hearing was he got a little lippy. Somebody ran up on him. He grabbed that guy. Now, when he grabbed that guy, that triggered everything. Not all the other coaches running at him, and it goes on and on and on. We still, like I said, I'm gonna repeat it. This is Cam Newton's Cat Williams, because everybody's waiting for him to respond. Some of the people that was involved in the brawl, they came out, they said what they had to say on local radio, but everybody's waiting for Cam. The whole world right now is waiting for Cam, and he know it. And he gonna, like he's a ham.
He gonna milk it.
Cam is a ham. He gonna milk it. He gonna probably go wait till Friday night to be the whole cycle of the weekend, the whole news cycle. I would, and he's just gonna be strategic about it. Yeah. But I think Cam is my man. As much as a showboat as he is, everything that you listed, You know, in terms of his resume, I remember seeing him play in Minneapolis, in the cold when Minneapolis was building a new stadium. We had to watch the games at the U of M outdoor stadium. It was the coldest day of the year, 30 below, and Cam was out there giving the Vikings the, you know what I mean? So that's how I see him. But like you said, when it's all that accessibility, people forget that he's an icon. People forget.
We so quick, and we all regular people. That's real. But we, more than ever, the first thing we want to do is we want to make people digestible for us and who we are and what we're about, so that we can be in that space. And this generation is courageous, man. That's the one thing. They got mad courage. And so
no fear. And no fear. We talk about this all the time. And no fear.
Zero fear. And I ain't
run
mad
up on
at
the police like, what you say? these kids out here run up on the cops like, man, say something else. Say something.
Man, I was watching something where the man was stealing out the register at Walmart, and he got caught, little young boy, and he said, "It's okay. Y'all can just take it out the check y'all owe me." I'm like, so you want to steal out the register? You want to steal out the register, and you want it to be okay for them to just take what you took.
Just deduct it.
Take it out my check. What the whole fuck is going on?
I never heard nothing like that. I like that. Hey, speaking of stealing, we talked about, I told you about this. I was on my way to Vegas, and for some reason, Spirit Airlines has a new way that you check your bag.
Spirit?
And so Spirit Airlines. Yeah, listen, man. Listen, I work with these. Yeah, bro. I work with these guys, and it's a small production company, and they just try to cut some corners, save some money. So they put me. I really don't care. I was making this film with these guys this summer, and I flew Spirit every time, and I didn't have one hiccup. Just this time, we're going to Vegas for this convention, and I had a hiccup. And this what happened. I missed my flight by about 4 minutes. Dog, they gave me a $950 voucher, gift credit voucher for anywhere I want to go. Now, granted, it's Spirit, but I mean, that's not on Spirit. That's about 9 flights. at least Kiss. At least 5. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who you fly, but it's at least 5. So if you had your chance, you got this $900 thing. It's good for flights, bags. You can upgrade your seat to first class or whatever. Where you going? Top 5 and why? Top 5 and why? Give me 5 cities where you would go if you could fly Spirit for free.
Okay.
Top 5.
I'm going to give you my top 5, but before I do that real quick, coolest business model that has ever been invented is this Spirit joint, right?
Okay.
Because, yes, you buy a $21, $25 ticket, but then you buy a $75 seat, right? And you buy a $15 seat buckle. And you buy a $20 bottle of water, and you pay to check your bags. So by the time that $25 seat done turned into a $400 flight. Yeah. So I get it. Coldest
business model. I've had tickets where it costs more to check the bag than it did for the ticket, and that is bizarre. It's like a Jedi mind trick, right?
It's cold. It's cold. But what
top 5 and why? Top 5 and why? What 5 cities is you going to on Spirit? I mean, literally on them. They're footing the bill for your flights. Where you going?
I'm gonna go to Louisville, Kentucky. That's number 5.
Number 5. That's where your alma mater is, right?
Well, it's in Frankfurt, but I think over the years, about 40 minutes east of there. But I think over the years, Louisville has really built up. It's a sexy date town. It's cold. They got a lot of nice little setups. Real nice. That's number
All
5.
right, number 5. Top 5 and why cities that you would fly to if the flights was free, courtesy of Spirit Airlines. Let's
Number
go. Number
4,
4.
number 4, Nashville, Tennessee.
Woo! Woo!
Nashville,
Talk about sexy setups. People flocking.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay. I see you.
Yeah,
I see you.
I'm sliding in Nashville. I can't let them see me get off Spirit, so I'm gonna get me a black car.
All right,
So
top 5 cities. Top 5 and why. The top 5 cities you would fly to on Spirit. Spirit gave you a voucher. You could go anywhere you want to go. Number 3.
number 3, I'm going to New York.
Oh,
I'm going to New York. I'm in and out. Spirit put me in the
okay.
mind. You get in and out. It's like they'll sit there. You can get them a couple of dollars. I'll be right back. Keep the engine running. And New
You
York
just
is
want
that.
to touch down to New York. You just want to touch down.
And New York is that type of city. Number 2, I'm going to
Number
San
2.
Francisco.
Woo!
Y'all
Okay.
can catch me a Warriors game. That's on my bucket list. Go down there specifically for a Warriors game and have a good time. And the
Yeah,
number
I feel
one
that.
place,
Top 5 cities you would fly to if you got a free ticket. Spirit gave us big old giant voucher. So top 5 cities, and this is we've named go back, number 5.
Number 5 was Louisville.
Number 4.
Was Nashville.
3.
3 was
New York, right?
New York. My bad.
Right. 2, San Fran.
San Fran.
And the number 1 city you gonna fly to on Spirit.
I'm going to Tampa Bay, Florida.
Really? Okay.
I'm going to Tampa. I'm taking in some of the sights. It's the best of both worlds.
Ybor.
It's quiet enough to have a ball. Their lakefront eateries, their oceanfront eateries. The vibe is slow and I don't want to keep using the word sexy, but it's my speed.
It's got a vibe. It's got a vibe to it. I like your list, bro. Especially San Fran. I love Tampa, Nashville. That's sexy. Nashville's sexy. All right, y'all. It's TIPI. The most interesting part is thanks a lot for joining us for episode 2. And this is how we get down. We got some time left, or what we got?
We do. We got a little time left. We got enough time left real quick for me to ask you about this one. I want to throw this in because you talked about it. You said if we're not careful, that Beyonce song that's doing so much, that's moving on the charts. The Beehive made it a number 1 cut, and now I see that somebody has
Dude, listen
to
me. I said this when this song came out and I started to spend some time with it. I said they're not going to respect it. Even though it went to number 1, that's the fans. The Beehive came out, supported her. They pushed that song. They started calling radio stations. So it went to number 1. Listen, songs can be manipulated on the charts. Take it from me. I've been in the radio business for a long time. Songs can be manipulated. I'm not taking nothing away from the song. I think it's a good song. They pushed it. It's number 1 on the country Hot 100 on Billboard. But here's the thing. I was like, they're not going to respect it until somebody else cover it. I said, somebody's going to come out, one of these Casey Musgroves, one of these Shania Twains, some other established country stars going to come out and cover this song, and then that's when it's going to pop. I said it ain't going to take long because it's a fever behind it. Like I said, it went to number 1. Sure enough, and I know it's probably meant as a joke, but I was right. Kevin Bacon, we all know who that is, right?
Yes.
Kevin Bacon and his wife, Kira Cedric, covered the song and posted it up. Like, it wasn't going to take long. Now, what people don't know about Kevin Bacon, he's been in a band for many, many years, and in addition to being an actor. So he's got some kind of credibility in that space. Dude, I told you. But it ain't over. TIPI. The most interesting part is it ain't over. That was the green light. Somebody else, somebody big time, Dolly Parton, one of these huge country stars, Reba McEntire, one of these huge country stars gonna jump up and cover this song, and that's when it's gonna blow. That's when it's gonna really blow, and it's gonna be a little bit more respect involved in it. Because right now, they mad. You know what I mean? They mad. But when one of their own covers it, game over, baby.
I knew you was gonna feel some kind of way. I knew you was going. Now that's the interesting part about interesting people is that I knew you was gonna feel some kind of way about, because we've been talking about it, and sure enough, right? They gave us something else to talk about. Somebody went and snatched it, moved out the way,
took that juice. Get that to me. I want that.
Puts me in the mind of the time when the 5 Heartbeats. I got nothing but love for you.
What they call them? The Horsemen? The Horsemen?
They had the 5 Horsemen. They made the bogus album cover. They was mad as all out, get out, man. It's been happening since the 5 Heartbeats. Beyonce shouldn't feel so bad.
On that note,
Beyonce shouldn't feel so bad.
That's that dude right there, the Kiss Out experience. I'm the loudmouth Zannie Kis. Hey man, it's been a blast.
Always imparting. Fly low.
You fly low. Avoid the radar. No matter what happens
when they come for the car. Save the radio.
All right, y'all, holla. TIPI.
The most interesting part is
he said 5 Heartbeats.
Our history is like two iconic breaking ground, making history in separate ways.
Let's proceed with what I feel is the most interesting part of the program.
All the interesting things going on in the news. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
There are some interesting details relating to all this. Now listen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. If you can't be at least mildly interesting, then shut the hell up.
Let's see if they've got any interesting guests coming up.
I don't want to be rude here, but my stories are interesting.